Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. After a nationwide search, Dr. Danielle Harrison, who has served as the interim executive director of Guilford Works, Guilford County's Workforce Development Board, has been officially named the executive director effective February 22nd. Having served as the deputy director since 2020, Harrison will now provide executive and administrative leadership in an official capacity. Additionally, she will continue implementing the Workforce Development Board's mission, vision, and strategies, including the promotion and support for the board's advancement of economic development and workforce strategies and programs. Dr. Harrison said it's an honor to lead this organization, especially since its services were a resource to me earlier in my career. As a result, this gives me a unique perspective to ensure our workforce system is innovative and takes a holistic approach. My goal is to eliminate systemic barriers, create and promote high-wage jobs, and develop local talent while expanding community partnerships to provide options for our diverse and talented workforce. Harrison began her career working for the North Carolina Department of Public Safety and has taught career-oriented curricula at both Davidson Community College and Virginia College. As a praxis facilitator and coordinator of field and clinical work experiences at North Carolina A&T State University, Harrison worked with future K-12 educators. She trained hundreds of staff as a Health and Human Services training manager and served as the work-based learning coordinator at Guilford Technical Community College. The city of Greensboro is among 105 communities in 31 states to reach its rehousing and housing creation goals established a year ago by the House America Initiative. Greensboro is one of 4 North Carolina cities to join the effort. Greensboro's rehousing goal was 200 placements, and the housing creation goal was 72 units from September 2021 to December 2022. Rehousing is defined as successfully placing an individual or family household from homelessness into a stable housing situation with a housing-first approach. The basis of this is to house the homeless as soon as possible as a first step toward connecting them with community services to address their homelessness. Housing creation is defined as adding new permanent supportive housing or extremely low-income affordable housing units to the development pipeline. This is for people with disabilities who are experiencing chronic homelessness and aims to better serve those with elevated acuity needs. Housing America is a federal initiative of the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and the U.S. Interagency Council on Homelessness uses American Rescue Plan funding to address homelessness. To review the city's total reporting numbers, please visit the city's website. Greensboro Police Chief John Thompson will host a series of community meetings beginning Monday, February 20th and continuing through Thursday, March 9th. These meetings are designed to give Chief Thompson and his leadership team an opportunity to connect with residents in each district across the city. The community is invited to attend and engage with Chief Thompson, ask questions, and offer input on a variety of topics. Each meeting will take place from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Registration is not required, and residents are welcome to attend a meeting on the date and at the location that is most convenient for them. The meeting on Monday, February 20th will take place at the Barber Park Event Center on Barber Park Drive. The meeting on Thursday, February 23rd will take place at the Lindley Recreation Center on Springwood Drive. The meeting on Monday, February 27th will take place at the Glenn McNary Library on Lake Jeanette Road. The meeting on Thursday, March 2nd will take place at the Peeler Recreation Center on Sykes Avenue. The final GPD community meeting will take place on Thursday, March 9th at the Griffin Recreation Center located on Hilltop Road. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Often, when we think about heart disease and the things that we need to do to prevent it, the focus is on things that we need to stop. But today, we're going to focus on things that we can start doing to improve our cardiovascular health. We should all be moving our bodies at least 150 minutes per week. This can be moderate activity like swimming, going for a brisk walk, mowing your lawn, or even dancing. If you can't do 5 30-minute intervals at a time, start small. You can even start at just 5 or 10 minutes and work your way up. You'll be surprised how quickly you'll be able to do more. Increasing your exercise not only limits your risk of heart disease, but it also lowers your risk of developing dementia, many cancers, and diabetes. Try to include lots of fruits and vegetables throughout the day. If you're someone who likes sugary drinks, try to make a pact with yourself that before you have any of those beverages, you'll have at least 1 or 2 waters to start your day. If you like meat, then stick with the lean meats, like chicken or turkey, rather than red meat. We also recommend that you have fish at least twice per week. And the oilier, the better. Salmon, trout, sardines, tuna, these are all fish that are high in omega-3, which is helpful in lowering the risk of heart disease. Not sleeping enough has more effects than just being sleepy the next day. We should all be trying to get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And unfortunately, sleeping in on the weekends doesn't help to make up for the effects of lost sleep during the week. Trying to fall asleep at the same time each evening and wake up at the same time each morning. Also, limit screen time in the hour before you go to bed. Bright lights from cell phones and tablets and television can interfere with your body's ability to go to sleep in a natural way. We live in a stressful world, but how much stress you experience and how you react to it can increase your risk of developing many health problems, including high blood pressure. Stress also can lead to bad habits like smoking or overeating or not exercising. High blood pressure and these habits are all linked to damaging your heart arteries. If you find that you're stressed, think about ways that you can try to reduce that, like exercise, spending time with friends or family, gardening, yoga, whatever brings you joy. If after making these changes you still feel stressed or anxious, you might want to talk with your doctor, a therapist, or a religious advisor. We should all know what our blood pressure is. For most people, your blood pressure should be less than 130/80. We should also regularly check our cholesterol levels. Additionally, make sure that your doctor's checking to see what your hemoglobin A1C is. It tells us if you have diabetes or prediabetes. Finally, know your BMI, or your body mass index. This is calculated based on your height and your weight. This number will tell you if you're at ideal body weight, overweight, or obese. It's also important to know your family history. Know if people in your family have high blood pressure, strokes, or heart attacks. It's also important to know the age they were when they got these things. If men had heart attacks before 55 or women before 65, that's considered premature coronary artery disease. And that raises your risk of having these events at a younger age in life. Not only should you know, but it's important that you also tell your healthcare provider. Make sure that they know your family history so that you can work together as a team to limit your risk of heart disease in the future. Although heart disease is the #1 cause of death in the United States, by making these changes, you can start reducing your risk. If you want more information on how to take care of your heart, go to conehealth.com/heart. I'm Dr. Tiffany Randolph.
A major national certification has been earned by Greensboro's Code Compliance Division, and Election Day is on the horizon for the International Advisory Committee. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. Greensboro's Code Compliance Division has been certified in mental health first aid by the National Council for Mental Well-Being. The division is the first code compliance team in North Carolina to receive this certification. 17 of Greensboro's code compliance inspectors and 6 department administration staffers participated in the 2-day training. They learned how to identify, understand, and provide assistance to people experiencing a mental health crisis or displaying signs of substance abuse. Code compliance enforces the codes that guide all residential and commercial property. Owners could be fined for failing to meet those standards. In Greensboro, these are referred to as the city's Code of Ordinances, which includes minimum housing standards as well as various nuisance ordinances. Code compliance staff field reports and make daily on-site inspections of possible violations of these rules and work with property owners to resolve the issues. The division's goal is to ensure safe and healthy places for all Greensboro residents to live, work, and play. The city's International Advisory Committee, or IAC, is in need of applicants and volunteers for its 2023 leadership team elections happening in April. Established in 2008, the IAC works to create a more inclusive Greensboro for members of the international community. Since 2015, Greensboro's immigrant and refugee communities have biannually selected leaders to guide the IAC's work. The committee promotes the perspective of the city's international community to the Human Rights Commission and City Council. Applicants must be at least 18 years old and may pursue one of 4 roles on the 5-person leadership team: chair, vice chair, secretary, and executive member. Interested parties should complete and return the online leadership application no later than 5 p.m. on Tuesday, March 21st. The Human Rights Department will accept those applications. Candidates must attend an online information session before the election. Applicants who meet the listed requirements will stand for election on April 21st and April 22nd. Voting is conducted in conjunction with a resource fair for newcomers at the Greensboro Coliseum Terrace, located at 1921 West Gate City Boulevard. Volunteers willing to assist with the election and resource fair should plan to attend an online training session on either April 12th or April 13th. For more information, visit the city's website or contact Jody Stanley at 336-373-2038. The Belmead parking deck levels 5 through 8 remain closed to allow for repair work. This closure does not impact people with reserved spaces or who park monthly. They can continue to park on lower deck levels. Hourly parkers, particularly those attending daytime matinees at the Tanger Center for the Performing Arts, may need to find alternative spaces. The Greensboro Department of Transportation recommends using the Eugene Street parking deck located at 215 North Eugene Street. An end date for the completion of the repair work has not been determined. For a list of all public parking options available in downtown Greensboro, visit the city's website. The real estate market isn't nearly as competitive as it was in 2022. If you are in the market to buy a home, the City of Greensboro has a unique partnership with a local nonprofit. Coming up after the break, we'll examine the current market and how you can get down payment assistance. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. If you or someone you know attempted to buy a home in 2022, you were likely caught in what might have felt like shark-infested waters as offers were made in record speed, freezing lots of people out. Joining me now to talk about this year's real estate market and available assistance is Sophia Crisp. She is the Executive Director of the Housing Consultants Group. Hello, Sophia. Welcome.
Hi,
welcome to the show.
Hi. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Real estate was kind of crazy and maybe not so much. So we want to know, first and foremost, tell us about Housing Consultants Group and what you do.
Okay, so Housing Consultants Group is a HUD-certified housing counseling agency specializing in financial wealth. And on that path to financial wealth is home ownership. Yes. So we help people on their journey to be a homeowner, and we've been busy.
Yes, I can imagine how busy you are, and certainly you've been a good partner with the city. Compared to last year and what I was just explaining about people's experiences trying to buy a home, can you tell us what does the current real estate market look like?
Well, the current real estate market has slowed down. The price of homes has not come down, and then of course the interest rate is up. So it makes for a little bit different dynamics this year. Offers that are made by buyers are having better chance of being accepted because there's not so much traffic. Once a house comes on the market, there were houses coming on the market last year that were under contract before they really got listed because folks were buying them sight unseen. Yes. which you wouldn't think that would happen, but it does happen. So it's slowed down a little bit. It's a better market for buyers. Still a seller's market, but better for buyers. And then the interest rate has kind of slowed down the pool of buyers, but the ones that are out there looking have a much better chance.
Okay, so let's talk about how we might get people into homes who are looking. How are you currently partnering with the city's Housing and Neighborhood Development Department?
So we work with the Neighborhood and Development Department in several ways. We do their housing counseling program, which is the one-on-one counseling that we do to help folks through their financial challenges, credit challenges, and things like that. Homebuyer education, which we love, every first and third Saturday. We do virtual homebuyer education, which has been wonderful. And then we also do foreclosure, pre-foreclosure counseling for folks that are in a home facing challenges and just need a little help with their mortgage payment.
Okay, well that's good to know that you have all of these different resources available depending on what your needs are. And can you tell us about the home ownership program and who qualifies?
So the home ownership program has two elements to it. Well, used to have two elements to it. It's got the county part of it and the city part of it. It's pretty much based on income. So they have a great thriving program for 80% and below area median income, funded with federal dollars. And that allows people to buy within the city who make a little bit less money. Then it allows them to get a little bit more down payment assistance. The county program is similar, federally funded, 80% and below area median income. And then we have the deviation of the 2016 bond funded program, which is now funded with ARP money. And we're doing the same thing we did last year for people 80% to 120% area median income to make sure that nobody gets left out when it comes to down payment assistance.
Okay, so that second group, is that geared towards public service employees?
No, that is the new program. The new program is for public service employees. Thank you for mentioning that. That started February 1st. It's for public service employees. It's for city employees, county employees, Guilford County schools, teachers and administrators, military, active, and veterans.
Fantastic. So this is aimed to do what exactly? Like their home buying experience is going to be easier?
For the public service, it's designed to help more people who work for the city kind of get vested in the city. You know, you work here, why not try to live here, and why not give them a little bit extra assistance to help them make their decision to buy in Greensboro.
Okay, well Sophia, as always, you've given us so much to take with and write down and take note of. How can folks get a hold of you so they can take advantage of all of these great resources?
www.housingconsultantsgroup.org is the general email. Then myself, sophia.crisp@housingconsultantsgroup.org.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you. It's always good to see you. We appreciate you stopping by, giving us the feel of what the current real estate market is looking like, but also the programs that are available to help more people own homes in Greensboro. Come back and let us know about other great programming you have.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Greensboro residents are encouraged to review and comment on the city's home ARP allocation plan, which outlines the distribution of $6.6 million. Home ARP is awarded to jurisdictions to reduce homelessness and increase housing stability. Input can be shared in writing or verbally by 11:59 p.m. on Friday, March 3rd. All comments will be considered prior to any further action by the city towards plan implementation. The city intends to submit its home ARP allocation plan to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development on or before March 31st. Contact Shanta Lewis Fleming at 336-373-4636 to share comments or request a hard copy of the proposed plan. For more information, contact the Housing and Neighborhood Development Department at 336-373-2349. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight. But first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
Lovers of cars and gardening, these are just a few activities available on the town. Kids between the ages of 1 and 5 and their caregivers are invited to a story time and art making on Fridays, now through May 26th at the Green Hill Center. Doors open at 10 a.m., the story starts at 11, and the cost is $7 per person. Visit greenhillnc.org for details. Check out the latest show cars, a swap meet, a benefit auction, and the 2023 North Carolina Drag Racing Hall of Fame ceremony at the 20th Annual Shriners Drag Racing and Hot Rod Expo, February 17th and 18th at the Greensboro Coliseum Special Events Center. Tickets cost $15 per day. Visit shriners-hotrodexpo.com for more information. Learn how and when to get your garden growing on February 18th at Lake Townsend. The city's Parks and Recreation Department hosts a free program at noon, which will discuss starting your garden and how to compost in your own home. Register online for this outdoor program at greensboronc.gov. The Greensboro Symphony Orchestra and Master Chorale perform a German Requiem by Brahms on February 18th at the Tanger Center in downtown Greensboro. The concert starts at 8 p.m. and tickets cost $35 and up. Visit greensborosymphony.org for more information. The Carolina Theater hosts the 5th Annual Hope Fest for Hunger fundraiser on February 19th at 2 p.m. The International Dance Festival boasts different cultures, plus refreshments, raffle prizes, and a silent auction. Admission is free, and proceeds benefit local charities fighting food insecurity in Greensboro. Learn more at carolinatheater.com. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. The Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department is accepting registrations for Camp Joy. This summer day camp is open to kids 5 years and older of all abilities. The cost is $65 per week. Camp Joy is located at Hagenstone Park in Pleasant Garden. Activities will run from June to August, with the July 10th through 14th session designed specifically for people with physical disabilities. Registration is also open for the 2023 Greater Greensboro Senior Games for residents age 50 and older. The games will be held April 4th to May 5th. It costs $10 to participate, and the registration deadline is March 3rd. The Senior Games include more than 50 Olympic-style athletic and recreational sports events. Winners in each category qualify for the state competition in September. For more information, visit the city's website. Straight ahead on the other side of the break is this week's Way to Go GSO shout-out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout-out. This week's shout-out goes to the Tanger Center. Venues Now has recognized box office manager Allison Kidd as one of 6 2023 Ticketing Star Award winners. Voted upon by industry peers, the prestigious Ticketing Star Award has been presented annually since 2009. Allison's career began 10 years ago with an internship at the Greensboro Coliseum complex, which evolved into the full-time position of assistant box office manager. Allison began working at the Tanger Center as the venue prepared for its grand opening. She was named Tanger Center Box Office Manager in November of 2021. Venues Now is an industry trade publication covering live entertainment venues across the globe. Way to go, Allison. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM and 100.7 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.